please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at Jack Doherty, seeing what he's been up to since his options for streaming and making his much needed coin so he can tell everyone they're poor has diminished, from sources where he ordinarily had quite an easy way of going off it at least. Take for example the fact he's not on Kick, where he would receive 95% of revenue from subscribers. Well, he's now on Twitch, although he's always been on Twitch. But on Twitch you only get about 50%. So to, add to that, the adpocalypse has happened. His ability to make money on that platform has diminished. But that's not the only place he streams. See, on his Twitter he's been tweeting out a link to a place called Party.com. Now I've never heard of this platform before, but that is where he usually is, and he actually has a deal with them. We'll get to that soon, don't worry. I just thought I would go through a few other things first. On Instagram he's still posting the same cringe-ass material, showing off his wealth, looking to the side, making it seem like he's something more, but really he wishes he was Val Venus. I swear he does. He's just a twink. Seriously, you're a twink. Have you even gone through puberty yet? Now, I took the liberty of going to his Linktree account, or links, for his website anyway, and there are a number of links. Some go to only Fupa Fibro failed adult film actor, and to 4 girls as well. His The Girls Only Fupa Fibro failed adult film actor accounts. Okay. He has a Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Snapchat. Of course, there's no Kick here. He links to Party.com as well. On his TikTok, he has just over 10 million followers. His viewership isn't that great anymore. His viewership has dropped off a fair bit. He'll try and say otherwise, but he does need viewers. But most of his content these days is kind of weak tea Floyd Mayweather-esque. In the old days, when Floyd was on Showtime and showing off everything he was earning. There's also a wedding arc going on as well, but we'll talk about that a bit later. A lot of parties, a lot of flexing about money. It's completely redundant, calling people poor because he's a one-trick pony. On his Instagram, he's still posting the same pictures of him looking to the side, or as I earlier stated, weak tea Val Venus. On YouTube, he's uploaded 3 videos since the car crash. This included one skit called The End, Lil Baby performing at his birthday, but that's not how it went down, and also the Island Boys trying to fight in his house. Viewership for these videos for a guy whose channel resides at 14.9 million is atrocious. 65,000 views and 117,000 views. People are truly, well and truly, sick and tired of his content. And when you go to each video in turn, you notice the like to dislike is resoundingly against him. So much so that even the comments aren't being regulated here. Some of the better comments in the first of the 3 videos that he's released since, wishing he was no longer here. The second, positing a theory that perhaps his friends wouldn't be here if he had nothing in his bank account. On the third, where the resounding opinion is, ew, no, the top comment, seeing someone like this is so pathetic, hides behind his bodyguards, then calls the person weak is just a new low. He then forces minors to do making OF for him by getting them high. This guy is a coward and pathetic, who deserves nothing. And his parents baby him still, he needs to be in jail. To me, this kind of content is absolute trash. It's trash because not only is it fake, but it's IRL fake. So whereas you had the vlog squad of old with David Dobrik where everything was set up, in this, it's done in real life, but set up. I feel like there's an important separation between like the Dobrik vloggers of old and this kind of vlog where it's clear and obvious. Not a single person that's there wants to be there for anything other than money. Whereas the vlog squad work together to enhance their brand together. This is not about enhancing your brand unless your brand is an only Fupa Fibro failed adult film actor account. The level of fakery has been escalated basically in this decade. This is one of the many reasons this type of content rubs people up the wrong way. I mentioned in previous videos that to me Jack Doherty comes across as a weak tea version of Rice Gum. And I say weak tea because Rice Gum was doing this stuff years before him. In the case of Jack, he's 21 years old, claims to be stupidly rich, yet constantly has to change platform and improve things and get people on to make his shows more interesting. Yet he is throwing down phenomenal amounts of money to make these happen, and there's no way he's getting a return on it. Something quite tragic I find within his content is much of it is very superficial. Sorry for the mispronunciation. And that would include his relationships. Things are paraded to get the most clicks because that is what matters to him. Years ago, I remember having discussions with creators who were hyper-focused on analytics. And now we find that, to an extent, they were right about being that in tune with your analytics to get the most out of it. I find that it is an unhealthy relationship between the creator and what there is the audience consume. Because what the audience ends up consuming is superficial. It's not about lifting anyone up, it's not about showing creativity. It's about dabbing on everyone because you're gullible suckers enough to watch this. Although many comments on TikTok especially do centre around the query of, who still watches Jack in 2024? And there's a question to that segues handily. You see, Jack has been inflating his numbers a little bit. Well, allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly on purpose because his numbers don't reflect what's going on, live viewer-wise. But Jack does have an explanation. For example, he was streaming, and during that stream, it was alleged he had 7,000 viewers, or 17,000, but it was corrected. Yoksek had said that Jack had been caught viewbotting on Twitch with 3 active chatters. Now, on Twitch, he had 7,000 viewers if you look at the video on the screen, not 17,000. But to have that few live chatters is weird to me. But, this is where it's important. Jack, because he doesn't like negativity aimed at him, or slander, lol suits are quite popular in America, replied, I don't use Twitch chat and I have a deal with party.com, so I only read that chat so no one types in Twitch, on Twitch. Reply, 17k viewers dropped to 7k immediately, comes back up to 15 to 17 2 minutes later, but no one typing make it make sense. Now there is a point to that, but his viewership on the content post-stream would not indicate his viewers stayed there long enough for that botting to actually have any meaningful effect on his channel, and right now with ads being worth absolutely nothing on Twitch, means Jack really. It means absolutely nothing, which is an apt descriptor. It means Jack. Jack is nothing. Yeah, I like that. That's a slogan you, Mr. Doherty, should consider adopting, because you are nothing. But right now, because of the adpocalypse, video on Omegon 2, which is entirely Hassan Piker's fault. Because of that, at the time of the year when ads need to be at their best for Christmas or the merry Meggy month of Moistmas, creators like Jack need to make as much as they can so they can continue to dab on all their viewers, some of whom they believe are haters, although based on like-dislike, they're definitely getting more hate watchers these days, and show off that they are doing so much better, which they're not. You're superficial. It's a tragic state of poor mental health that you think that this is where your worth and value lie, in the realm of superficial anyway. I find that level of arrogance and ignorance can only be vanquished when you come crashing down as hard as humanly possible. So give it a few years, because if you get relevancy young, you have to either mature and go with it, or fully go balls deep, knowing the short-term return is not going to be that great, and then live with the consequences when you're not in a mansion anymore, you're living in a tiny one-bedroom flat under a bridge. I keenly await that day that Jack Doherty's scrambling for a living with 4 live viewers. Anyway, so yes, Jack has been streaming on party.com. Now, I know nothing of this platform. I really don't know anything about it. He has 8,000 followers, and his chat does have a lot of activity post-stream, but it's mostly from one account. So I don't know if he actually had a decent live stream or live chat at all, because this platform is a complete unknown to me. And no offense to party.com, but I have no intention of creating an account to use your chat or to explore your platform. And as Jack is one of your frequenters of your platform, I can't imagine it's all that good in the first place. If you go down the path of Kick with the IRL stream nonsense, you're inevitably going to have to introduce rules and end up banning the very creators that kind of make your platform, but at the same time besmirch it. So the final thing we should talk about is Jack's recent wedding, which he said he'd be addressing after his wedding.
I see on Twitter everyone is saying I've been viewbotting. I just got married today. I'm sorry that people add views to my stream and there's nothing I can do about it. Big whoop. And then everyone's saying I don't have a lot of chatters in my Twitch thing. It's because I have a deal with party.com. So I tell everyone to chat in the party.com chat because that's the only chat I read. So everyone knows not to look at the Twitch chat and go to the party chat. But I got married today. Fudge all the haters. You guys are broke at the end of the day, so you guys really can't be talking.
Now, I do agree with him to an extent when it comes to viewbotting, because he's not responsible for what happens on Twitch, because he doesn't use it beyond restream, to stream on multiple platforms. If someone in his chat is viewbotting to perhaps get him into trouble, he can't control that. But The allegation against him is he would do it, and I could believe that as well, because it's Jack Doherty, and he's a loser that will throw money at things to solve the problem. You're not as rich as Shaquille O'Neal, okay? You're not Shaq Claus. You're not as nice as him either, or as fun. I'd like to be Shaq. So on to the wedding. It's obviously a publicity stunt. There's no way that Jack would willingly settle down with someone because everything is a token, something to take advantage of until it's of no use to him. Something which, oddly enough, was accused the other way round. Jack took the liberty of cliché TikToking by responding to some negative comments, one addressing that she was only with him for the bag, as it's called, which I believe is slang for money. You young people and your poor use of the English language. She's only with you for the money. Jack's response to that is the following.
Definitely only with him for the bag. Guys, trust me, she's not. Like,
yeah, you should see the prenup.
Yeah, I got her to sign a crazy prenup. If she wants to leave me, I own everything, and I get 100% of her money moving forward. So I'm the only one winning. She gets none of my stuff, and I win.
I will stand by the belief that this is nothing more than a PR stunt done by an adolescent imitating what is meant to be a man, because I don't believe he actually has the ability to form any meaningful connections to anyone beyond his mother, who still babies him, which is also really tragic. And you know I'm right. If you're 21 and you want to act like a man or do things that are considered manly, right, having your mother there to nurse you isn't, no, that's not, no. No, it makes you look like a child, although you do look like a twink still, so it's not surprising. Although I will just throw some shade at anyone that still rocks a hairstyle similar to Jack. This is quite a popular trend, to have this fringe at the front. I see a lot of guys do that, and they also, if they have beards, they trim the sides down to make it look round. Stop it. It's embarrassing. As far as Jack goes, the fact he's found another platform to create on, found another platform to be present on, while also using Twitch, because obviously you should. If you can be on multiple platforms, do it. The fact he hasn't included Rumble, just because easy views on the side, or YouTube with a restream account, he could be on multiple accounts, multiple places at once. The fact he hasn't done that does surprise me. Hell, he could have a lot of his stuff live streamed to YouTube as well. I guess he's desperately trying to maintain it. The problem he has is, no one believes what he sells, and people are looking forward to the day he crumbles. You are on the precipice of where it is to be a lolcow, and if you don't find a way to change when you do become one, your fall is going to be as magnificent as the likes of Illuminati, as the like of Creepshow Art and Boogie2988. Best of luck, Bish.